Hey, artist in recovery. What's going on, Darryl P? Haven't heard from you in a while. Don't ask me what time it is. I don't even know what time it is. It's too damn early in the morning for this shit. 2:14 in the morning, Saturday the 5th of October, 2024. I should have done that date and time on the last video I just did. I'm making it public. Screw it. How the hell are you been doing? Some of those other articles, but we got 30 days left before we go ape already. And I've got phone calls, I've got videos being inundated on my lines left and right here, trying to tell me, you gotta vote, you gotta vote, you gotta vote, you gotta vote. Give me the fucking ballot. Give me the frickin' ballot at this point so I can put my John Henry on it. No, I don't have. I'm not John Henry. My John Weaver on it. So I'm waiting for the damn paperwork. If I have to go out with my identification to a place halfway across, actually all the way across the damn town I live in Roseman, California, then I'll do it. I'll vote. I much prefer voting early. You know, they changed things over here over the past decade or more since I've been in this apartment complex. This used to be a voting hub here, dude. It used to be a voting hub. And we're on the tail end of it. We're next to Edwards Air Force Base. Now, they can do their own voting on Edwards Air Force Base. They got their own polling station over there. But we got civilians out here on the edge that they come over to. But now they got only one drop box, and it seems like only two voting stations. One of the voting stations is about a mile and a half hump, and the other one's about two and a half mile hump. And that's what makes it pain in the ass, because humping it. Now we got the thing called Dial-A-Ride. I mean, it's like our own taxi service we have out here, and we have to make appointments for the damn thing. Do our business and get on with things, and that's the thing. We have to shell out a few bucks or two for it. I want to do the mail-in. As I said before, they used to have it over here. I mean, we had a community center on our property over here, dude. You probably forgot. On your own spare time, I'm not going to walk you through this. You already know it. Google map it. Type out my city of Rosamond. Look for Edwards Air Force Base. Be on the east side of the town. You see an apartment complex on United and Roseman Boulevard. Hello. The community center that we have in that place, where we used to do voting. But Kern County switched that over. They said we can't have that voting there. So for about 3 or 4 or maybe 5 years, they changed everything on the damn thing. So everything has to be either mail-in ballot, or you hump it over to the other side of town to where they got the library. It's on 30th or 35th, I think, and Roosevelt Boulevard. Just down the street. But it's a hell of a walk. And if you want the sidewalk to another place, it's Hummel Hall on Orange and 20th. Of course, you'd have to find a hard way trying to find that place. But for a lot of neighbors, they know where it is. But everyone else also knows where the library is, and that's a hell of a long walk. If I don't have taxi service for the damn thing, I gotta hump it. This is if I can't get my paperwork mailed in time, or get my paperwork just yet. So I'm waiting for it. Once I get it, it's in the office, and then it's in the mail, and then it's gone. So I'm waiting for this damn crap. But I got my paperwork somehow. I'll show you. I'm still waiting for my ballots. But I get this stuff. Anyway, a general election. The general election. Read that. Just screenshot if you have to. I'm waiting for the paperwork. I'm waiting for the ballots. I'm waiting for him because I want to get this thing done and over with. I want to vote. Now, this has the ballot information on it. Doesn't tell me who the hell I'm going to vote for. And this stuff, I still have to go through the stuff just to read what the hell the propositions are, both 2 and 4. But this is not going to tell me who the candidates are to vote for. Just the ballot measures. So that I got to do the research on. I'm taking the class this semester of women's rights, or women in history, actually, is the name of the course. It's an online thing, pure online, no Zoom class or anything, so I'm going through this material here. I got to do a better job at it, I'll tell you. Doing a mad rush like some of the other college students I've come across in my lifetime. They got things happening in life that they have to do a mad rush getting their reports studied, read, commented on as discussions. 3 to 5 page essay if they have to, plus a works cited / bibliography, you call it. And that's the fun part. You want to hear the other fun part? Trying to write the damn thing. Not try to make it sound like milk toast. Not like it's drier than shit, some of the material. So yeah, I have to recreate it in my own flair. Answer the questions. Probably try to keep it shorter and succinct this time. And maybe add a little flair to it. But hopefully without giving just a quick, speedy report on the damn thing. It has to be read. So I have to do the generation. It's going to be a short one, though. I don't know how much time to write. I got until midnight. Got up this morning around midnight. A little after midnight, actually. Tried to get my shit done. Just doing a little study on Susan B. Back in the 80s. You probably didn't notice the damn thing I'm in this one, did you? You had your own shit going on back east. Me, I was in the arcades in the 80s. An 8th grade spent. I misspent youth. I robbed too many beautiful coins out of my mother's. Yeah, I said it. I pilfered, I pillaged, I plundered her poor piggy bank. And I was made to suffer the wrath of a mother afterwards. I'm surprised I didn't have to remake the whole damn 8th grade all over again. But if I did, oh my God, I don't think I'd be living at home. I'd be out in the street. Yeah, well, she would have. I wasn't an ideal student during that time. I was trying to deal with the shit at home that was happening. I mean, I got excuses for that damn thing, but the actions still don't merit it. I spent my misspent youth in the 8th grade in an arcade. You know, those machines, they can't tell the difference between a regular quarter and a modified. You ever seen what a Susan B. Anthony looks like? Do a Google search on this little coin here. You'll be surprised. You see the beveled edges on the damn thing, a little thicker than usual. But the machines weren't engineered to accommodate the Susan B's as a Susan B. They would recognize it as a quarter. Meaning, if you're playing a game and you're hot into the damn thing and you need ammunition, if by one sense of logic, if it was actually following this and it was physically engineered to do so, one Susan B. dollar, a quarter-sized dollar, would have been enough to give you more lives in a video game. But since it was only understanding it as just a quarter, you get that limited life. I spent a pretty penny on those machines. And my mother's piggy bank was squelching like crazy, especially when she kept going for the money. And oh my God, was she pissed off. She was saving them just in case. Now, if old dumbhead here was figuring this shit out, not to touch the damn thing in the first place. I mean, kept telling me, but I did touch them anyway. Why? Because I'm an addict, damn it. I want my damn video games. Give it to me right now. I want me Galaga. I want me Troll. I want Star Wars Empire Strikes Back and become the ultimate Jedi. Oh, God, I was a fucking nut job during that time as a blasted kid. What the hell was I doing? I was screwing over my life one way or another, Darryl. I mean, come on. Eventually, she got onto me, and eventually, I was more grounded than anything else. But hell, grounded from friends, grounded from life. I was just pure grounded. You ever had the silent treatment before? One of the most devastating psychological weapons a parent can actually do to tough love on you is not throwing your ass out. It's you're no longer existing in the house. If you're showering, you're tossed out. You're shedding, you're tossed off. If you're trying to fix food, you bumped into so many damn times. And for a kid who couldn't take it, didn't matter how much crying I did or promising. It had to come. It had to run its course. That's one of the hardest things a parent can actually do to a kid is ignore the living crap out of them because it was tearing her apart. Screw what the kid was going through. It was tearing the parent apart for this one. Couldn't browbeat your ass on this shit, so she had to turn me into non-existence in my own home. She had to, dude. I mean, come on, she had to. I was already an out-of-control kid during that time dealing with grandma struggling. And she had to do everything herself because she couldn't rely on me. She couldn't rely on me. My brother was in the Navy. He was already having issues enough as it is. He came home from one particular year and he stayed. They used to call the term AWOL, absent without leave. With this one, it was unauthorized absence. And this was costly. It costed my brother an entire life. But even though he was helping out Ma left and right, he was doing damage to his own self, but he felt he had no choice. My brother had his own drugs and drinking problem. That wasn't bad enough on Ma. She was trying to be a tough old bird, a tough woman. They could have done a documentary on this woman. This was my woman of history. I didn't exactly burn myself out in the games, though. I mean, once in a great while, if I had the hankering going to an arcade, maybe, but you get the handhelds, you get the consoles at home, you get a PC unit. Mattel's Electronics would work. Game Boy was better. Well, to a point anyway. People liked the Atari, they liked the television, they liked Nintendo. I wonder some of the doctors had problems concerning what the kids and adults having issues with their thumbs. How many times can you actually keep mowing on that damn pad of yours and not having any repetitive motion problems in here? Yeah, well, mine was also pounding on keyboards for decades. That's where I had in here. Repetitive motion. Thank God it wasn't carpal, but it was bad enough anyway. They called it tendonitis during those days. I don't know, that's probably still had the terminology. I mean, hell, pain from over here all the way down here. Shit, that hurt like hell. Pounding on keyboards like crazy, or just trying to play a game at home. That hurt. And other than that, hearing all these damn belly aching out here, dude. I can't stand this shit. Online, they're still trying to see how well that they are Trump and keep blaming Kamala Harris for not doing damn thing. Even if I happen to throw logic in their face, it just goes right beyond. It just goes right past them. You ever studied the U.S. Constitution, dude? I mean, seriously, come on. Looked at it? Alright, why don't you do a Google search then? Type out the U.S. constitutional duties of the Vice President of the United States. They'll be pointing at different sections in the Constitution in there. And somewhere in our nation's document or existence, I will tell you exactly what the Constitution, what the Vice President's supposed to do. Be the President pro tem as a tiebreaker. I mean, if you had two sides going loggerheads at this point over here, she's the tie run. And second, if the president, for any reason, happens to invoke or be invoked by the 25th, or happens to remove himself from power or from office, the vice president steps in. So, tell me something with limited civic knowledge that you might have. Do you think it's possible, however unlikely, that Vice President Harris actually had direct power and control over territories of the country, primarily the southern border, or for any other matter for that point of view? Well, no. My God, he knows something. Well, tell these other maggot morons. Fuck me. God bless it. They don't think. They don't want to think. They want everyone else to do their own thinking, but they call us sheeple. I've come across memes too many damn times on the Facebook from different sources left and right. And it pisses me off that these people don't even do their fucking homework. Or the conspiracy theories come out like crazy. And I'm not talking about from the politicians. I'm talking about from their own damn mouths. What they think they heard or what they thought they heard. And if they actually heard it, they never had it recorded. If they got something against the federal government in one way or another, they don't have records. They don't have anybody on record. No audio. No video. But they'll spew off their bullshit, and I've seen some of the groups out there on Facebook, they'll spew it out. But it's the government's fault, they're not doing this and this. And now because we had the healing going through the states, and then how the lack of response from the FEMA is going, the corporate media will show one particular aspect. Okay, I get it. Now how come the other guys are not picking up on it, the independents? If there is some kind of weird-ass conspiracy concerning about how many FEMA agents we got out there, they said, well, we got tons at the border, because I've heard from one person over here. You heard it. Did you get a direct quote? Did you say who the person was? And that's what I look at the videos, is the videos that they produce. I hear all the, but I don't see it. It's not there. So all I hear is gas coming out of their mouths. Show me proof. Don't give me the damn words. Don't give me proof. You say there's some kind of conspiracy? Prove it. 4 agents come off of a damn chopper that one person viewed. They're like, but there's 4 people over here. Yeah, how many fucking choppers do we have from the U.S. military that are helping out in different areas? So, well, we got FEMA at the border. FEMA deals with disasters. They don't deal with the immigrants as much. Unless, of course, they're directed by Department of Justice or by the Interior or by other sources higher up. And they say, well, it's Kamala Harris's fault. She's the border czar. Border on this. You don't study U.S. Constitution. You don't understand the damn shit, so shut up. Unless, of course, you're going to quote the Constitution to me word by word, that you understand the damn shit. Concerning about the powers of the vice presidency, it's in there. Okay, do we just go? Okay, fine. I gotta get this shit done and over with, don't I? Alrighty, I'm doing this already. Have to do this shit. Alright, U.S. Constitutional. Oh, Constitution. Amendments. No, let's see. Vice Pres. Vice President. Okay, for the job of the president, or actually the vice president, we're going to the constitution.congress.gov. Article 2, Resources of Congress. And we're going to click into this thing. Here we go. Ready? This is the Constitution annotated analysis and interpretation of the U.S. Constitution. This is off of constitution.congress.gov /congress/article-2/ again. Here we go. The executive power shall be vested in the President of the United States of America, who shall hold office during the term of 4 years, and together with the Vice President chosen for the same term, be elected as follows. Okay, I'm trying to get down a little bit further on this one here. There's a lot of verbiage. What I'm looking for. Case of removal. Area Office Executive. That's Section 1. Section 2. Commander-in-Chief. Section 3. Wait a second. What the hell's the other shit here? I mentioned about that damn shit, but what about the office of the damn thing? Ooh. There is a section in there that talks about how long the Vice President has of the Constitution. That's why I wanted to go to the U.S. Constitution directly on this one. Because I wanted to read the damn thing. Alright, let's go to the damn articles on that one. Alright, preambles, executive branch, judicial branch, amending, prior death, ratification. Then we got amends on the damn thing. Well, the executive branch was supposed to be number 2. Of course, number 1 deals with the House of Representatives. Section 3 in the tent. Get some water. Okay, part of first article, section 3. Paragraph 4. Vice President of the United States shall be President of the Senate, but shall have no vote unless they be equally divided. That's important to know, isn't it? I'm going to get an entire screen print of this damn thing. I want a PDF on it. Nothing wrong with having a PDF of all the material necessary. You know, I do that all the time. That's why I keep using up all my damn flash drives. And I'm waiting for the computer, here we go, to pull up the information necessary. So I can save it as a PDF. And I can go back to the page. Okay, but you did get that section in there. Section 3, paragraph 4. The Vice President of the United States shall be President of the Senate, but shall have no vote unless they be equally divided. Okay, so you got that one, right? Okay, good. Wasn't quite sure if we got that one or not. Okay, but this is still the House of Representatives section here in that article. So what I'm looking for right now is the sections concerning about the duties in office of the vice presidency. And trust me, people keep forgetting how to read this damn shit. Believe me, it took me about a semester to understand more and more about the damn thing. It's not exactly the easiest reading, but it is out there when it was written for even a common layman to understand it. We got people who are not understanding a damn thing out here. They depend upon everybody else, but they don't read this shit in the first place. Alright, Article 2, Section 1. I'm still going through it. There we go. Okay, electors, we're talking about that one. Okay, in the section, let's see, where are we at? Section 1, Paragraph 3. Ready? The electors shall meet in their respective states and vote by ballot for two persons, of whom one at least shall not be an inhabitant of the same state with themselves, and they shall make a list of all the persons voted for and the number of votes for each, which list they shall sign and certify and transmit sealed to the seat of the government of the United States, directed to the President of the Senate. The President of the Senate shall, in the presence of the Senate and House of Representatives, open all certificates and votes shall be counted. They're talking about the counting of the votes at this point over here, but it's talking about the President of the Senate, and that would have been the Vice President right there, because that's part of their job. Now, concerning about the office itself. Okay. In case of the removal of the president from office or of his death, resignation, or inability to discharge the powers and duties of said office. Okay, we are at, how many paragraphs we got? Okay, we're still in Article Section 2. We're in Article 2, Section 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we're in Paragraph 6, okay? In the case of the removal of the president from office or of his death, resignation, or inability to discharge powers and duties of said office, the same shall devolve on the vice president, and Congress may by law provide for the cause of removal, death, resignation, or inability, both of the president and vice president, declaring what officer shall be acted as president, and such officer shall act accordingly until the disability be removed or the president shall be elected. That's part of it right there. Okay, so we're talking about the president of Section 2, Commander-in-Chief, other stuff. Other important stuff that the vice president is not mentioned what kind of powers they got until they become the president of the United States. But what they're not measuring, what they're not stating here, dude, is the vice president can't do shit unless directed by the president to take up duties. They don't have direct powers. In the second article of the executive powers, they don't say what kind of direct powers the vice president has. Unless, of course, they've already been put into office as president of the United States. And there are things that they mention, and I just mentioned that. So you would think people would figure this crap out? Honesty? Holy crap, they're just out of their frickin' minds, aren't they, dude? Drives me crazy, doesn't it? Drives you crazy. You're hearing by people that, oh, about Trump and then Trump and then Trump then, and I know. Tell me shit I don't know. That's why you're trying to focus on everybody else, trying to get yourself redirected. I'm also focused on it because directly and indirectly it affects me and you and everybody else for that matter. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry on this shit. It also affects my own relationships with my family and any other friend I've got out there. This is, and this isn't going to be. This isn't going to end, dude. This isn't going to end. This is going to continue on because we already got the Republicans established already. We've had them for over 20 plus years. We had them at the beginning of the century, maybe a little bit in the 1990s. So now we got it up to this point. We having fun yet? Not really. All right, I'll be sending a copy of this one over to my Rev. Let him have fun with this one. I'll be sending an additional to this one. And then after this, I'm going back to bed, see if I can get me a couple of more hours, get some breakfast, and then try to get this shit done and over with. I'm trying to get the notes written down from a couple of videos, and I got to go through other sources for text, and then come up with something cohesive to write. Let's see how you try to be a college student in our age group. It's antagonizing. It's intimidating as hell. It's challenging. I should have been this way a hell of a long while ago. I should have. All right, we got more to talk about.